I'm Angela Shelton. I have this studio called Round Room in Nashville.
I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. So if we were to meet in an elevator, probably I would tell you how it all started was I made this documentary where I drove around the country and I met every Angela Shelton in America. And I thought it was going to be funny. It's not funny. Actually, 70% of the women had been victims of child sexual abuse, rape, and or domestic violence. Not good. Now, I was a screenwriter in Hollywood when I made this film. My first film was Tumbleweeds, and that was very successful. It won the Filmmakers Trophy in Sundance. It was the second highest sale at Sundance. It was like a super fancy Hollywood. I had a screenwriting career. I owned a house in the Hollywood Hills. I bought a car cash. Like I've been in every tax bracket. But I was raised as a poor little kid in the mountains of North Carolina. Yeah. And I started modeling at a young age. I was 14. Moved to California, started modeling, then moved to New York City, lived in Paris, Italy, Germany, and came back to New York and auditioned for a film. It was Gavin O'Connor's first film. Yep, Comfortably Numb. I got the lead in a movie. He read a book I read. I wrote a book while I was living in Paris about my life with my mother. It was called Tumbleweeds, and we made one chapter into a movie, so that became Tumbleweeds. And then I was like, I'm gonna help women. I'm gonna make this documentary and like survey women in America and find out who are we, where have we been, and where are we going. They asked me, who are you, where have you been, and where are you going? And I was like, anyway, making that film changed my life forever. Changed the course of my life. I was going this way. That film put me this way. There is life before searching for Angela Shelton and life after searching for Angela Shelton. So I went on a healing journey with that movie because when I surveyed women in America and I found that 70% had been victims of child sexual abuse or rape or domestic violence, that doesn't mean don't name your kid Angela Shelton. It means this is a pandemic for men and women. It's not just a women's issue. So I went on a journey to learn every possible healing technique there was to know. Like that was my goal. I'm just gonna heal. I have a podcast called 101 Ways to Heal That Shit. Yeah. While I'm doing this journey, a friend of mine, John Papsadera, who's a casting director, he casts huge movies like Batman and all this stuff. He calls me up and says, hey, you still making that incest movie? I'm like, and he goes, I have this job for you. Only you could do it. It's either you or Lisa Kudrow, and I think you're the only one to do it. Safe Side Superchick. So I won an Emmy for it, by the way. So I read the script. I was like, oh my God, this is me. And so I became Safe Side Superchick for little kids. So here I'm on the road helping adults like heal and helping myself heal and learning every possible healing technique there is known to man. I've done everything so that I could share it. And then I became a superhero for little kids. Awesome. Then I traveled for 12 years, something, raising money for rape crisis centers. I'm famous in rape crisis centers. Not everybody can say that. in a good way. So I was traveling, and then I stopped traveling, and I had a child of my own. I now have a 7-year-old. Married my high school sweetheart. Lived in the country for 10 years. A little bit different.
How did that change your perspective, having a child? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's all right. Hey, you know what? Everything changed when I had a child, just like everything else changed when I made this film, right? So now I have a child, so my work of healing became even more important because I don't want my kid to go through it, right? And I also want to show her that I am a powerful woman that owns businesses and I make films. And now I started Round Room Music. I have a studio in Nashville. And we're making more movies. So that totally changed my whole world. So after I had a child, I came back to filmmaking, and I made The Hammer, aka Heart Baby. And that is a beautiful, give me a little strum on that one. Heart Baby is my baby. I feel like that is my thesis on life. Like you need to see that movie. Please see that movie. Please, please, please see that movie. And then it was so intense emotionally that I used much of the same crew and much of the same cast, and we went to a golf course, got drunk and made a movie. Pretty much. And it's called because I was like, we have to do something fun. And we made Eagle and the Albatross. Everything I do has an element and a feeling of living, or a base, a core mission. Live happily ever after, no matter what you've been through. So there's a healing element to everything. Even the golf movie has an element to healing and finding a family, no matter what kind of misfit you are. Yeah. So, and then we started Round Room Music and Round Room Studios, and I moved my production company to Nashville. I'm now divorced, by the way, but very good co-parenting. Everything's fine. I'm married to my work. And on the road. So I have more films happening, and I have more healing work happening. I even have a comedy cooking show called Stirring Up Trouble. I do talk about some dirty things, naughty things, adult things that are not for the kids. So I will put little button like, here, click here for adult topics. Because everything I'm doing has to do with healing. Even the show about healing our sex lives after trauma. I also have lots of things I'm doing with kids because I have a kid, and my child has written a movie. So I have like children and adults. So if you come in to my world, you might come in via Safe Side Superchick. You might see a show. You might meet one of my artists that I'm working with. I don't say my artist, but my artist that I'm helping. And you so however you come in, at the base of everything I'm doing is healing work. I'm like an ambassador for healing, if you will. Even the songs that are coming out of here have an element of healing. Like my favorite, like my little artist that I have that I'm helping, Patrick Barnett. He's a nursing student who's making songs to help people, and two of them that are coming out are helping. The whole point is suicide prevention. So everything has to do with healing. So even when I'm naughty, because I'm gonna be naughty, and I'm also gonna still be a mom. So let's do our adult time. So I wanted to say welcome to my site. I understand. I understand it's a lot. I am a lot. Try dating me. I know it's a lot. There's a lot going on. So click here is all I gotta say. Click here. I can take you on a journey. So I appreciate you and welcome. Let me know how I can help.